Greetings, fellow space adventurers. It's the Tired Timelord here, back with another journey into the vast universe of Star Trek. Today, we're setting a course for nostalgia as we revisit a classic from my childhood Star Trek, Starfleet Command. This game isn't just a blip on my personal radar. It's a shining star in the constellation of my gaming memories. For those who might not be familiar, Star Trek, Starfleet Command is a tactical, ship-to-ship combat simulator, deeply rooted in the Star Trek universe. Released in the late 1990s, this game was a digital playground for fans of the franchise and space combat enthusiasts alike. It's a game that brought the complexities and thrills of commanding a starship to life, right on our computer screens. My connection with Star Trek, Starfleet Command goes beyond just being a game I played. It was an integral part of my growing years. I spent countless hours exploring its depth, engaging in epic space battles, and immersing myself in the rich Star Trek lore. It was more than just a game. It was a portal to a universe I cherished, a place where I could take the helm and navigate through the stars. Now, let's engage warp drive and take a closer look at this timeless classic. Let me take you back to the days when Star Trek, Starfleet Command was more than just a game for me. It was a shared adventure, especially with my brother. We'd team up, each commanding different ships, diving into the heart of space battles. These sessions weren't just about winning or losing. They were about strategy, teamwork, and most importantly, spending time together. We'd spend hours plotting courses, launching attacks, and occasionally retreating with our warp cores on the brink of collapse. Those were days of battle spent against each other and together against swarms of enemies. The campaigns in Star Trek, Starfleet Command, were simplistic with no clear plot line, just a dynamic map that evolved over time in a news network that would generate events, set in the iconic era of the Star Trek motion picture era. The game's campaign revolves around the tension and conflicts among various stellar powers, including the United Federation of Planets, the Klingon Empire, the Romulan Star Empire, and other notable factions like the Gorn, Hydran Kingdom, and Lyran Star Empire. Players start their journey by choosing to represent one of these factions, each with its unique set of missions and objectives. But where Star Trek, Starfleet Command really shone for me was in its skirmish and multiplayer modes. These were the arenas where I honed my skills as a captain. Skirmish mode was a great way to practice, to learn the nuances of each ship, weapon system, and defensive maneuver. Multiplayer, on the other hand, was where the real action was. It was thrilling to match wits and tactics against other players, to test myself against human intelligence rather than AI. The excitement of a well-fought battle, the adrenaline of a narrow escape, and the satisfaction of a hard-earned victory, these experiences made Starfleet Command one of my all-time favorite games. Let's take a moment to explore the diverse races in Star Trek, Starfleet Command, each offering its unique flavor to the gameplay. In the true spirit of the Star Trek universe, the game presents a rich tapestry of cultures and technologies, allowing players to experience the galaxy through different perspectives. Firstly, there's the United Federation of Planets, known for their balanced ships and versatile technology. Playing as the Federation offers a well-rounded experience, ideal for those who enjoy a mix of diplomacy and combat. Then, we have the aggressive and battle-focused Klingon Empire, with ships that pack a serious punch and are built for direct confrontation. The Klingons are perfect for players who relish in the art of war and tactics. The Romulan Star Empire introduces stealth and subterfuge into the mix with their cloaking technology. providing a gameplay style that favors cunning and surprise attacks. The Gorn Confederation offers heavy and durable ships, suited for players who prefer resilience and power. The Hydran Kingdom stands out with their unique weapon systems and fighters, making them a wild card in space engagements. The fighters operate under the shuttle system, swarming enemies and bringing a fleet to every engagement. And let's not forget the Lyran Star Empire, known for their EGS system, which deals damage when an enemy comes within range of the ship. Each race in Starfleet Command not only has its distinctive fleet, but also its unique approach to space combat and strategy, making the choice of race a crucial part of your gameplay experience. These varied races add depth and replayability to Star Trek. Starfleet Command, encouraging players to experiment with different strategies and tactics. The game's ability to capture the essence of each race's culture and technology is a testament to its attention to detail and respect for the Star Trek lore. Whether you're a fan of the diplomatic Federation, the honorable Klingons, the cunning Romulans, or any other race, Starfleet Command offers you the captain's chair to lead them into the stars. Delving into the mechanics of Star Trek, Starfleet Command, it's clear that this game was a marvel of its time. The complexity and depth of its systems were unparalleled. Every aspect of starship operation was at your fingertips, from navigating the vastness of space to engaging in strategic combat. The game's design intricately balanced realism with playability, immersing players in what felt like a true Star Trek experience. You are not just playing a game. You are operating a starship with all the responsibilities and challenges that come with it. What truly set Star Trek, Starfleet Command apart was how it made you feel in command. As the captain of your vessel, you are tasked with making split-second decisions that could mean the difference between victory and defeat. Managing your ship felt authentic, whether you were rerouting power to shields during a fierce battle, strategically targeting enemy subsystems, or navigating through an asteroid field. It was this hands-on approach that brought the fantasy of being a Starfleet captain to life. Every success and failure on the battlefield was a direct result of your leadership, making the experience incredibly personal and rewarding. The standout aspects of the game were many, but a few deserve special mention. Ship management was a complex dance of balancing power between propulsion, weapons, and shields. Resource allocation was crucial, as energy reserves were limited. And every action, from firing phasers to engaging warp speed, had to be carefully considered. Most power systems are automated, but you can manually divert power to shields. The faster your ship moves, the slower your weapons and shields recharge, and the slower you turn. Tactical combat was another highlight, requiring not just brute force, but also clever strategies and a deep understanding of each ship's capabilities and weaknesses. These elements combined to create a game that was as intellectually challenging as it was entertaining, ensuring that Star Trek, Starfleet Command, was a game that stood the test of time in the world of space combat simulators. Most of the combat would often develop into repeatedly hitting the Z key as weapons charge and enemies move into firing arc positions. This would also be coupled with moving your ship to maintain line of sight, as you might want to rotate through your shields to protect your ship. Further, the option to make a high-energy turn, or HET, was available. But each use created more of a potential that you might break your engines and be stuck in the heat of battle. Another tactical tool at your disposal was the tractor beam. This wasn't just for towing disabled ships or deflecting incoming torpedoes. In the heat of battle, it became a means to control the movement of enemy vessels. You could use it to hold an enemy in place, preventing them from maneuvering into an advantageous position, or even drag them into hazards like asteroid fields or mine traps. The tractor beam introduced a chess-like aspect to space combat, where positioning and control often decided the victor. For those who preferred a more subtle approach, cloaking technology offered a different kind of strategic advantage. With a cloak, you could maneuver unseen, setting up ambushes or escaping from unfavorable encounters. This stealth element brought an additional layer of strategy, allowing for surprise attacks where you could decloak, unleash a volley of weapons, and then vanish before the enemy could effectively counter. It was a gameplay mechanic that rewarded patience and planning, perfect for players who enjoyed the thrill of the hunt. These diverse combat systems made every encounter in Star Trek, Starfleet Command unique. Whether you were engaging in a frontal assault, conducting a surgical strike with Marines, playing a game of cat and mouse with cloaking technology, or tactically controlling the battlefield with your tractor beam, the game offered a multitude of ways to engage in combat. This rich variety ensured that every battle was not just a test of firepower, but of wit, strategy, and command prowess, truly capturing the essence of what it means to be a captain in the Star Trek universe. Star Trek, Starfleet Command, is based on the pen and paper wargame Starfleet Battles. This tabletop game, known for its detailed simulation of starship operations and combat, laid the groundwork for the computer game's strategic and tactical elements. Starfleet Battles provided a rich framework of rules and scenarios that were adapted into the digital format, allowing players to engage in complex ship-to-ship combat and fleet management within the Star Trek universe. The transition from tabletop to computer game maintained the depth and strategy that made the original wargame popular among Star Trek fans and strategy gamers. The legacy of Star Trek, Starfleet Command, within the Star Trek gaming franchise is both profound and enduring. This game didn't just capture the essence of the Star Trek universe. It set a benchmark for space combat simulators, influencing not only its direct sequels, but also other games within the genre. Its meticulous attention to the strategic elements of Starship Command and the depth of its gameplay left an indelible mark on how Star Trek games were developed thereafter. The lineage of Starfleet Command is rich, leading to several sequels that expanded on its original concept. Starfleet Command II: Empires at War, which expanded on the gameplay, and Starfleet Command 3, which moved the timeframe to the TNG era. These games introduced new missions and even more complex tactical elements. These sequels built upon the foundation of the original, taking its best aspects and enhancing them, while also making the gameplay more accessible to a broader audience. Elements from Starfleet Command have undoubtedly found their way into later Star Trek games, including Star Trek Online. The strategic management of ship resources, the tactical depth of space combat, and even specific features like the shield management system were concepts that originated from Starfleet Command and have been adapted and evolved in subsequent games. These elements have become staple features in Star Trek games, contributing to the genre's ongoing popularity, reflecting on why Star Trek, Starfleet Command remains a favorite for many, including myself. It's clear that its appeal lies in its ability to authentically recreate the experience of being a Starfleet captain. The game's balance of challenging gameplay, strategic depth, and faithful adherence to the Star Trek lore has allowed it to stand the test of time. It's a game that not only entertained, but also immersed players in a universe many of us have grown to love. Star Trek, Starfleet Command is more than just a game. It's a cherished part of Star Trek history, a testament to the franchise's impact on gaming, and a beacon for future space combat simulators. As we come to the end of this warp journey, I want to sum up my thoughts on Star Trek, Starfleet Command. This game is more than just a fond memory from my childhood. It's a significant piece of the Star Trek gaming universe. Its intricate blend of tactical depth, strategic gameplay, and authentic Star Trek atmosphere has set a standard that few games in the genre have matched. Starfleet Command not only provided hours of entertainment, but also helped to define what a Star Trek game could be, influencing many titles that followed. For all of you fellow Trekkies and gamers out there, I'd love to hear your stories and experiences with Star Trek, Starfleet Command. Did you find the campaigns fun as I did? Were you a master tactician in skirmish mode? How do you feel it compares to the more recent Star Trek Online? Drop your comments below and let's keep the conversation going. Your experiences are as much a part of this game's legacy as the game itself. And with that, it's time for this Tired Timelord to sign off. Remember, in the vast universe of gaming, there are always new worlds to explore and new adventures to be had. So keep your phasers set to fun and your starships at the ready. Until next time, warp speed ahead and happy gaming. Live long and prosper.